Hi everyone and welcome back to English for You. I'm Pat.
And I'm Chickling.
So yesterday we met Chrissy, who wants to change the way she looks.
And she says her bangs are too long and she wants a neat hairstyle.
However, she can't make up her mind as to what she'd like to do with her hair.
So Chrissy asked her mom for advice. First, her mom suggests a perm.
However, Chrissy wants to keep her hair straight.
So her mom suggests a short bob cut instead.
But Chrissy is worried that this look won't suit her.
Her mom says her hair will grow back quickly, but Chrissy doesn't think that answer is helpful.
Yes, she says, what am I supposed to do while my hair grows back? Wear a hat?
And then her mom suggests they go to a salon together where they can check out some different styles and get help from a hairstylist.
Chrissy likes this idea, so her mom books an appointment at the salon.
Today, we'll find out what hairstyle Chrissy is going to go for.
Let's read through the article and find out what happens.
Reading.
A trip to the salon. Chrissy and her mom are at the salon.
There are lots of good looks in these fashion magazines. Have you picked out one you like?
I'm torn between the bob and the bangs. I like this bob cut, but I think I'd turn heads with these side-swept bangs, too.
Hi there. Are you ready?
No! I'm having considerable difficulty choosing what I want.
These side-swept bangs have been very fashionable recently. However, I will say they need quite a bit of maintenance. Once your hair grows, they'll be difficult to manage.
That settles it. I'll get a bob.
Excellent choice. Would you like to dye your hair as well?
No, I'll keep my natural color.
Of course.
I've never had short hair before. How should I care for it?
Well, you don't need to comb it as often. However, you do have to wash short hair more frequently. When you do, finish with a quick burst of cold water. That will give your hair extra shine.
Thanks.
The stylist starts cutting Chrissy's hair.
So we see at the start of day 2 that Chrissy and her mom are at the salon.
And it looks like Chrissy and her mom have been looking at various different styles. Her mom says, there are lots of good looks in these fashion magazines.
The word fashion means clothes and other kind of image things that are popular at a particular time. If something is in fashion, it's popular right now. If it's not in fashion or has fallen out of fashion, then it's not popular. Some clothes, hairstyles, and other looks, or even things like movie and TV kind of types, go in and out of fashion many times. Like right now, superhero movies in fashion, but maybe go back 10 years, 20 years, they weren't. Now, personally, I don't know anything at all about fashion. Maybe Chicklin knows more than me. Here's an example sentence kind of similar to the use in our article. According to this fashion magazine, many men are cutting their hair short these days.
好，大家来看一下这个，台湾人蛮常用的字 fashion， 它这边是名词，它都是名词，所以大家不要一直把它当成形容词用哦，所以它是时尚的意思。那么刚刚老师有提到几个片语，我们来看一下 in fashion 就是在流行的，那么如果是退流行的呢，就是 out of fashion。那么一样，我们也可以说 old-fashioned. So if you called somebody old-fashioned, his or her views are typical of the past, not the present. 所以你可以说 call me old-fashioned, 然后 blah blah blah, 然后讲一句你觉得大家可能会觉得你很过时的话。好，那我们来看一下 fashionable. Fashionable 就是它的形容词哦。所以大家记住 like in Taiwan, people say 你好 fashion, and I'm like, oh no, you don't use it that way. 你要说你好 fashionable, you are so fashionable.
Yes, that is right. And in this sentence, look is used as a noun, and the word look means a way a person or person appears. So we could talk about someone getting a new look or someone having a great look. Now, we also see in the article that Chrissy's mum asks, have you picked out one you like. To pick something out means to choose something from a larger selection, like picking out a dress for a wedding or picking out something from a menu.
好哦，那我们再看一下 pick out 这一个片语。那么 pick something out 就是指挑选的意思。那么当然也有辨认出的意思啦。我们造一个句子，你就会更清楚。It wasn't hard for Melissa to pick him out from a group photo. 那代表说，他可以在这一个团体的照片认出这一个人，很容易认出他。
So Chrissy says in answer, I'm torn between the bob and the bangs.Now, if you're torn between something and something else, you can't choose between these two things. It's like both are pulling you in different directions, tearing you apart. For example, we could say, I'm torn between studying English and business at college.
好，那这个片语 be torn between A and B 就是左右为难啊，或者是难以取舍的意思。So Chrissy can't decide between a bob and bands. I thought she said her bands were too long.
Well, we see in the article that she explains further. She says, I like this bob cut, but I think I'd turn heads with these side-swept bangs too.Now, side-swept bangs are bangs, like we learned about in day 1, but pushed to one side of the head.
所以大家应该觉得这个 side 就是侧边嘛，所以你有 swept 你把它拨到旁边，所以 side-swept bands 就是斜边刘海的意思。
Now, we also saw the phrase turn heads, which is today's pocket phrase go. So let's take a short break to find out what this phrase means and how we can use it.Pocket phrase go!
大家好，我就是爱冒险的 Dora 朵拉。大家呢都觉得女生好像比较会打扮，但是呢在丛林里其实都是男生比较美丽哦，因为呢要来吸引异性的目光啦。比方说呢孔雀，看到呢孔雀开屏是不是觉得超美？哎呀，大家呢都要赶快回头看一下了。Turn head， 大家呢都把头转过来了，就是呢表示吸引了他人目光的意思咯。像是我的表哥呢，他长高了又变帅了。Diego was turning heads wherever he went， 不管去哪里他总是大家注目的焦点。Turn head， 吸引他人目光，跟我念一遍咯。Turn head。Welcome
back. So to turn heads means to attract a great deal of attention or interest. But back to the article where Chrissy still can't make up her mind.
So we also see that the stylist arrives and asks, Hi there, are you ready?
And we see that Chrissy says, No, I'm having considerable difficulty choosing what I want.So we have a couple of words to look at here. The first one is the adjective considerable, which means notably large in size, in amount, or in kind of extent. Basically, whatever we're describing with this word, it's kind of large, it's big, it's a lot. For example, a considerable amount of money is a lot of money.Here's another example. William was very hungry, so he ate a considerable amount of food for lunch.
OK， 那我们看一下 considerable 这一个形容词，它是相当大的意思。口语上可以当名词啦，譬如说一个人赚很多钱，你可以说 he earns considerable， 其实就可以当名词。好，那我们来看一下一个例句哦。A considerable number of students want to go to college， 代表非常多的学生是想要上大学的。那么再讲一个很像的字，大家可能比较常搞混 considerate， 但它其实意思不一样，它是体贴的，或者是考虑周到的，所以就可以说 be considerate of somebody or towards someone， 就是对某个人很体贴，考虑周到。那我们再看一个例句哦。Otis is considerate of everybody's feelings， 代表 Otis 非常在意大家的，体贴大家的感受。
So in this case, Chrissy says she is having considerable difficulty doing something. Difficulty is the noun form of difficult. So a difficulty means a problem, or if you're having difficulty, you're finding it's something hard to do, it's difficult. Maybe you can't finish it, maybe you don't know how to start it. In this case, as we know, Chrissy is having difficulty making up her mind.Here's another example sentence. This easy piece of English homework presented no difficulty.
好，那我们看一下 difficulty 这一个名词，它是问题、难题的意思。那大家觉得它很熟悉吧？我们把 y 拿掉，就是 difficult， 就是它的形容词嘛，很困难的。所以我们这边看到 to have difficulty doing something， 其实你也可以在 difficulty 后面加上 in， 变成 to have difficulty in doing something， 但你也可以拿掉的，那就是对某事感到困难或者是有难题的意思。For instance,I had great difficulty in coping with the child. 我在应付那个小孩子的时候，其实有很大的困难。So maybe the stylist can finally help Chrissy choose a style.
So we see that he gives her some advice, if you remember that word from day one. He says, these side-swept bangs have been very fashionable recently. So as Chickalin said, fashionable is the adjective form of the word fashion we looked at earlier.The word recently means in recent times, so in the past, but not too long ago, and continuing till the present. So if someone has been busy recently, they've been busy maybe for a week or two, maybe a month, but not for a long time. Here's another example. Mary has recently started learning Japanese. She can't say many words yet, but she's improving.OK,
那看一下 recently 这一个副词，它是最近啊、近来的意思。那么我们把 ly 拿掉，变成形容词最近的 recent。比如说 ，the number of traffic accidents has increased in recent years。好，我们这边顺便再补充一下 ，the number of something 就是某物的数量，那动词搭配单数使用哦，所以这边用的是 has increased。So the stylist also says, however, I will say they need quite a bit of maintenance.
Okay, so he's talking about the side-swept bangs, and he says they need maintenance. Maintenance is the act of maintaining something, so doing things to keep it in good working order, in a good condition, or looking good. An old car would need lots of maintenance to keep running.So what the stylist is saying here is that side-swept bangs need a lot of work to make sure they keep looking good.
OK, 那大家看一下 maintenance 这一个名词，它是保养维持的意思。那我们一样呢，它的动词形态是 maintain。所以发型师说，虽然斜边刘海很流行哦，但拥有这个发型，我们还是要去知道怎么维持啊，保养这个发型。The stylist also says, once your hair grows, they'll be difficult to manage.Yeah,
so they here again, the bangs. So once your hair grows, these bangs will be difficult to manage. The word manage has several meanings. Here, it means to succeed in keeping something neat and tidy. We could also talk about managing a business, which means keeping it running and making money, or managing people, which means making sure they're happy and doing their work well.So what the stylist means is when the side-swept bangs grow longer, they may not stay in place very long, they may not look neat, and so on. So you have to keep either cutting them or you have to keep kind of pushing them out of your face, all that kind of stuff. Here's another example. Rather than spend a lot of time managing his beard and keeping it neat, Elroy decided to just shave it off.
好，我们看一下 manage 是照管啊、控制的意思。那么我们再讲一个片语是 manage to do something. So when you manage to do something, that means you succeed in doing something, especially with something that's very difficult. 比如说 I wonder how he managed to work in this heat without air conditioning.代表说，他是怎么在这里工作的这么热？好，那我们看一下 manage， 它其实大家应该觉得它很面熟嘛。所以 manager 就是经理啊，或者管理者的意思。那么它的名词就是 management 管理。So when Chrissy hears this, she says, "That settles it."
When someone says that settles it, this means they've made a decision. We might say this when we have enough information to make a choice or when we've had enough time to do so. We could also use that settles it when we want something unpleasant to stop. Like, that settles it. I'm not doing this anymore. In this case, Chrissy's fed up of not being able to decide, so when she hears that side-swept bangs will take effort to manage, she makes up her mind quickly.
OK， 老师刚刚有提到一个小片语 be fed up。of something 就是讨厌一件事情，不喜欢，没有办法忍受了。好 ，so Chrissy 说了，那么就这么决定了。And we also see what she decides. She says, "I'll get a bob."
Yeah, I guess she's fed up of having to spend a lot of time on her hair. After all, this is why she said she wanted to save time drying her hair in day one. So, next we see the stylist. He says, "Excellent choice," and then asks,Would you like to dye your hair as well? We mentioned dyeing yesterday. That means to change something's color, like hair or clothes, with natural products or chemicals.
哇，所以这个 hairstylist 就说，很棒的选择哎。那么你有要染头发吗？这个 dye 我们 dye 它是染头发的意思。However, Chrissy doesn't want to do this. She says, "No, I'll keep my natural color."
And the stylist says, "Of course."Next,
we see that Chrissy says, "I've never had short hair before. How should I care for it?"
So here, care for means kind of similar to the way we use manage, to look after something and keep it in good condition. We can also use care for to mean feel love for someone or to look after a person or thing when they are sick, but here it means to keep it looking good or staying healthy.
所以 care for 就是维护啊、保护的意思。那么因为 Chrissy 呢从来没有剪过短头发嘛，所以他就会问了设计师说，那我应该怎么维护这个短发？ So what does the stylist say about caring for short hair?
He says, well, you don't need to comb it as often. However, you do have to wash short hair more frequently.He
also says, when you do, finish with a quick burst of cold water. That will give your hair extra shine.
So yeah, you've just kind of shampooed it, you've washed it, and then you turn the water cold just to quickly put that on your hair. Not too long, just a quick burst. So the water kind of shoots out, cold on your hair, it's going to work. And it gives it extra shine.Here we use the word extra, which means more of something in addition to the usual or standard amount or number. So if you have 4 chairs but only 3 guests, you'll have an extra chair. We could also talk about paying extra money for something, like getting a drink or a salad with a meal. Maybe you'll need to pay extra money. Here's another example.We have some extra copies of this book for the writer to give to her friends and family members.
好，那 extra 这边是一个形容词哦，是额外的、外加的意思。比如说 You must cut down on extra expenses in order to live within your means. 好，为了你的生活啊，你必须去减少额外的开支。那么 extra 这一个字也可以当副词跟名词哦，有额外项目或者是费用的意思。那么当副词的时候呢，你可以说 to charge extra， 就是额外收费。所以我们就知道说维护短发的方式啊，就是平常不太用梳它，然后你就要比之前更长的洗头了。那么洗完头之后，我们解释一下这句英文 A quick burst of cold water 就是快速用冷水的冲过它，因为 a burst of something 就是突发的意思，就可以让你的头发比较有光泽。As the stylist gets ready to start work, Chrissy says, "Thanks."
And the article closes by saying, the stylist starts cutting Chrissy's hair.So hopefully Chrissy will be happy with how her new hair looks. We'll never know as we've reached the end of the article, and that means it's time to go to today's For You Chat question.
For You Chat.
So today's question is, what do you do to look after your hair. So this is kind of the way we like care for your hair, manage your hair. How do you take care of it and keep it looking good? Over to you, since you probably do more than I do, which is almost nothing.
No, I actually don't care for my hair like particularly. I simply just wash it with shampoo, but I use conditioner every day.
So you actually wash and condition your hair every day rather than maybe every 2 or 3 days.
I do it every day.
Okay, well, your hair is shorter than other people I know, so I guess that's one reason why?
No, I used to have like really long hair, and I still did it. Use conditioner every day.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Okay, and do you towel dry or blow dry or?
I towel dry first, and then I use my hair dryer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I do not. I mean, I use a kind of wax to make the front of it stick up a bit, and some of the back bit stay down a bit. And that wax is kind of thick, actually. It's like a thick vegetable wax, so it could probably stay for a couple of days if I didn't wash my hair.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like that. But I do wash my hair every day to kind of keep it from getting too kind of sticky and greasy.
Right. And if you keep it like for too long, it just gets like really sticky. My hair does.
I would say even more in Taiwan. I think in the UK, I maybe used to wash it a bit less often because it's not so humid.
Right.
But here, with the way the air is, with the humidity, and you kind of feel hotter and sweatier, you kind of, I wash my hair more often here than, maybe in the past I might skip a day here
I actually
and there.
wash my hair like 2 days. 2 times a day, actually.
What?
Yeah, I washed it this morning, and I think I'm going to wash it this afternoon, too.
Wow. Okay. So, there you go. How do you look after your hair? That's how. Thanks for listening, everyone. We're out of time for today. For English for You, I'm Pat.
And I'm Chickling.
Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
A trip to the salon. Chrissy and her mom are at the salon.
There are lots of good looks in these fashion magazines. Have you picked out one you like?
I'm torn between the bob and the bangs. I like this bob cut, but I think I'd turn heads with these side-swept bangs, too.
Hi there. Are you ready?
No! I'm having considerable difficulty choosing what I want.
These side-swept bangs have been very fashionable recently. However, I will say they need quite a bit of maintenance. Once your hair grows, they'll be difficult to manage.
That settles it. I'll get a bob.
Excellent choice. Would you like to dye your hair as well?
No, I'll keep my natural color.
Of course.
I've never had short hair before. How should I care for it?
Well, you don't need to comb it as often. However, you do have to wash short hair more frequently. When you do, finish with a quick burst of cold water. That will give your hair extra shine.
Thanks.
The stylist starts cutting Chrissy's hair.
Vocabulary Review.
Fashion. The models at the fashion show all wore beautiful clothes. Considerable. Hiking all the way to the top of Jade Mountain was a considerable challenge. Difficulty. Can you help me with my science homework, Dad? I'm having some difficulty with it. Recently. I haven't seen Paul much recently. He must be very busy these days. Manage. Now that my grandfather is getting older, it's harder for him to manage his garden. Extra. There weren't enough chairs for all the students, so we brought in some extra ones from another classroom.
智慧小补帖
Maintenance.
以上节目是由活用空中美语制作，活用空中美语杂志，请洽询全国各大书店。如欲索取试听教材，请来电02-2364-4000。 02-2364-4000，或上网查询，网址是 www.english4u.net www.english4u.net